Hello everyone, welcome back. This is JJ. I hope they're having a beautiful week. We have two piles here. We're going to be channeling a message from Maa Kali, and I feel like she wanted to come out and say something today. So we do have two different piles here. Like always, these are general readings, so take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Something doesn't fit, do not force it to fit. Remember that you are a sovereign being. You get to choose and you know what is best for you. You know, the cards are just a mirror. The cards are just, you know, a possibility for you. At the end of the day, you get to choose, right? With that being said, I do want to say thank you so much to everybody who signed up for the class. The class will be next week. How fast? Next week. So all the information, services, all of that is always in the description box below in the link tree. I do want to talk a little bit about the messages that have been coming through. There is something here, especially with this card here. There is something here that Maa Kali is coming forth as a form of spiritual protection that I feel for many of you weren't even aware that you needed this spiritual protection. Now, I'm not talking about negative energy or nothing like that. This is more of along the lines of we have been engulfed, or we have been so lost in a belief, in a thought, in an emotion that is no longer good for us. And yes, this can mean a friendship, this can mean a relationship, this can mean a job, connection with someone, but I'm feeling like this is more internal. And if you were in my Reiki circle, then you know that we burned a black candle. And for those of you who don't know, black candle is not just for witchcraft and things like that, okay, you guys? Black candles is to remove, to release. And so in that Reiki circle, we did release. The intention was to release anything that we were ready to release from a place of compassion and understanding, and from a place of love. So I feel like this is tied to that, because I did feel like on a collective level, many of us, especially because we are in eclipse season, right? And it was a lunar eclipse. So, you know, there is a sense of releasing, of removing things, of letting things go. And so I feel like that's why Maa Kali wanted to show up today, to kind of let you guys know that she's there, that she's protecting you, that she's guiding you, especially in situations, again, because we seem to be engulfed in something here that was not good. It was not healthy for us. And so she wanted to step in and kind of, you know, shield you from the consequences of that. And because her hands are like right there by her head, I do feel like this might be something internal, something that is like a thought process. It could be an illusion, a fantasy, or something that is no longer needed anymore. And so she's coming in to assist us, to help us, to help remove that, right? But I will be channeling a message, whatever comes through. Again, only take what resonates, and I will see you guys in your selected option. If you chose pile number 1, welcome. Thank you so much for being part of the family here, our community. With that being said, let's look at what is your guidance. What is your message from Maa Kali? We have number 5. I cannot pronounce that. Tantrika, Guna Tantrika. Some of you might be into Tantra, or might be studying Tantra, or being encouraged to, or maybe you've always felt like a pull or a call to, you know, study Tantra. But with this particular card, we're talking about, there has been a lot of confusion. There has been a lot of this feelings of overwhelmed is what I'm getting here. A lot of confusion, like I said. It's like feeling stagnant in a way. There was a lot of stagnation here as well for pile number 1. And so I feel like Maa Kali is really coming in to help you, to give you like a cure here, a medicine here, for you to step away from this energy. Because I do feel like there is a sense of not being in balance, and she's helping you come back into balance with yourself. She's trying to give you some answers here, but she wants you to tune into your heart space. She wants you to tune in to your emotions, okay? I feel like for some of you, there is here a need for you to follow your inner voice. Also, for some of you, there might be certain things that are falling apart. This also, to me, reminds me of like, because of, it seems like pieces here. So there's certain things that are falling apart, or there's certain things that are being rearranged, but she wants you to know that this is happening because there is a better establishment here being formed, a better stability for you. Again, a foundation in which you feel more balanced. We have go at it alone. Wow, Slatia fell. Limiting beliefs. Yeah, there might be something here where you're needing to turn something that is not like this, again, metaphorically speaking, poison into some type of antidote, okay? Antidote. And that to me is reference of like something falling, something fell, something, again, something came apart. Whether this was, again, a belief or something like this. But I do feel here there's a need for you, or maybe you feel alone. And Kali Ma, or Maa Kali, is saying, you know, you're not alone. She's there with you. She's helping you. Maybe for some of you, you're building something, or you're being asked to rebuild something in your life. And again, she's saying, let the belief go that you cannot. Apply this, right? Cut out the apostrophe and the T. Like, cut that out and say, I can. Because there's certain beliefs, and I feel like here Maa Kali is trying to show you that you can do something, even if that means going at something alone. She's trying to mirror this to you. Like, okay, something fell apart. Yes, you have to build something. You have to rebuild, reestablish. You might be having to start from ground zero, but you're going, you know, you're going at it alone, but that is okay. That's not a bad thing. For some of you, this is something that you have mastered. This is something that you have, you know, like it's very, it comes easy to you. And I feel like for some of you, you will find a mentor. For others of you, you are the mentor. And it's like she's trying to shake things up in regards to this belief. So she's shaking your beliefs up. And we have the Hierophant, speaking of mentorship, right? The Ace of Cups, sacred union. Sacred union within yourself, with those that are in a higher level connection. There is some type of union happening here. There is fated event. Everything that is happening in your life right now is fated. Hence why we are in eclipse season, right? And communication. So for some of you, you have a strong voice. For some of you, if you have been questioning whether, you know, someone is going to communicate with you, they will be communicating with you. Some of you are taking your relationship to the next level, whether this is because you're getting married with the Hierophant there, but we also have the title card here. So your current partner is waiting to change your relationship status. So for some of you, you're moving from, you know, being boyfriend, girlfriend, to now being engaged, to maybe even being married or renewing vows. Like there's something about that here. For others of you, you're learning about fated connections or divine connections here through your own journey in your own connection, if that makes sense. Through experience. That's why you may feel alone, because in these connections, you know, not all of them are the same. They have similar themes, but they're not all the same. Each one has their own individual journey. And so I feel like for some of you, something that you're currently experiencing and going through is part of what you will mentor others in. Okay, there's something about that here. And so in order for you to be able to mentor others, or for you to be in the Hierophant position, to be that bridge, right, from like spirit with us, or you know, that bridge to spirit. It's kind of like they're shaking up your beliefs, the ones that are limiting you, because there's a journey here that you're meant to walk, and it does feel alone. Like, it does feel like a lonely journey. But that's why Maa Kali wants you to connect to your heart space. We've been saying that since we flipped over that card. There's something here that is faded, that is a connection that is faded. And again, you're learning a lot through this connection. For others of you here, there's a sense of enlightenment here. For some of you, there is a need for you to slow down a bit, to ground your energy here, to allow a certain energy to settle. Because this temporary, for a lack of a better term, stagnation, it's actually allowing you to have a renewal and to have deep restoration in your energy, and maybe even in a connection here. Focus on children, pregnancy, birth, and adoption. So for some of you, you might be wanting to adopt. You might have been wanting to become a parent, a mother, a father. For others of you, you will. There's something you want to birth here with the child being here. We have play. For some of you, you need more playtime. You need more time to just be. To just be, especially after this tower moment or this epiphany that you had. And we have preparing and we have listening. Okay. Again, you have been in preparation here, pile number one. That's why I said this comes easy to you. You've mastered this. You've mastered this. For some of you, you are married to someone who is a sacred union. It's a fated connection, and it's like something about you being in that marriage has allowed you to understand something in which you are now prepared to communicate it. You might have strong Aslesia since that fell. It's like you're ready to birth something here. And for others of you, you're ready to expand your family. Again, it's this big heart chakra awakening. Maybe you've been releasing a lot emotionally here. Again, that has been all part of the journey here. Like I said, it's like you've been offered a cure by Maa Kali. And knowing that even if you go at something alone, you are going to be okay. And you might be physically alone, but not spiritually. You have her and your guides backing you up. Because for some of you, there's something that you've been wanting to manifest. But it's kind of like we've been putting all the extra work. And Maa Kali is just saying, just be, play. Okay, listen to me. Listen to your guides. Listen to your ancestors. Know that everything is taken care of. Know that what is yours is already locked in place. And for some of you, you will be getting communication from someone here. There's a lot more peace here with the white dove. And there's like a rainbow here as well. Maybe you've been seeing a lot of rainbows. For some of you, your status is changing. This can be in regards to love, but this can also be in regards to your work, your spiritual status as well. You might be seeing robins That might be a sign for some of you. For others of you, there is a destined partnership when it comes to work. Okay, when it comes to your journey, there might be someone now coming in who will be your mentor. But again, she's saying take things easy. Take things easy. I'm going to pull some cards here. The tea leaf. We have love, deep affection, and caring. And we have the bull. Do not back down from opposition. Show strength and fortitude, right? Like a bull, like Taurus, strong Taurus. You know, slow and steady wins the race. You know, nobody can take anything from a Taurus. Taurus are committed. They're committed. They might be a little bit slow, a little bit stubborn. No judgment. I have Mars in Taurus. So, you know, but they commit. And we have the sun, happiness and well-being. Okay, so good things are coming in, you guys. Pile number 1. Good things are coming in. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe. And I will catch you guys in the next video. Hello, pile number 2. Thank you so much for being part of the community that we have here online. With that being said, let's have a look and let's see what is your message from Maa Kali. We have Mantra Shakti. Okay, so with this particular card, I'm getting your voice. Your voice. I'm being drawn to the talisman that she has here. It's like your voice, your voice. You have the power of your voice here. You have the power to speak your truth, to set yourself free. You have the power to choose what to say and how to say it. She's reminding you as well that, you know, the voice has the power to shift your reality as well. To claim your power of choice and of your voice. Again, to claim your sovereignty. There might be something here that you need to communicate. There might be something that you want to say. There might be a choice here that you're facing. You might be at crossroads, and she's reminding you to choose what feels authentic to you, to choose what is true to you, and to speak what you need to say as well. It's just, I don't know if you guys are the ones questioning how to express it, or she's asking that question of like, it's all about how will you express what you want to say. Let's see. We have near. Action. Okay. I feel like soon you'll be taking action to communicate. Yeah. Or you might have been like very near to communicate. Like you've been like, yes, I'm going to communicate, and then you're like, last minute I back down, or there's something there. Communication is important here. Communication is important. Very important, actually. I feel like, again, the message that I'm getting here is plan it out before you set things in motion. Because she's also reminding you the power of your voice, how it can either disrupt and break apart what you have built, or it can nurture it and make something beautiful bloom from what you have built. Some of you want to go into sound healing. Because she's saying your voice can either create, give life, or destroy something. It can either attract or repel. Let's see. You have the power of creativity, especially with Shakti there. We have wrong path. The red flags are trying to make you aware that something is wrong. Ooh. We got black magic coming out. We have judgment. We have the Empress. Enough. You know what? A lot of people, even on Patreon, has been coming like this. The guides have been coming out with some type of like warning on Patreon, on the Reiki, of like, again, remember how I said if you skip the intro, you're gonna have to go back, because I talked about how Maa Kali is coming in to help save ourselves from something that has become toxic or will be getting in the way. And then we have fear. And then we have courage, strength, fearlessness, and warrior. I'm gonna cover that one. Maybe you're from 1996, or 96 is significant. So what I'm gonna say here is, for some of you, for some of you, I do have to say this. For some of you, you might be thinking that someone has been throwing negative energies at you, or that someone might be doing magic or, you know, spell work or things like that. But Maa Kali is actually coming in to let you know, have you thought that maybe it's because you're going down the wrong path? Maybe that's not the path that is going to serve you the best, and they're wanting you and pushing you, like these signs are pushing you to make a better judgment call for yourself. There's something about that here. Now, for others of you, if you do practice and you are a practitioner, Maa Kali is wanting you to call, to reevaluate, because the judgment is about reevaluating something here. And it's also about someone waking up from the tomb, right? Because judgment in traditional tarot, we see family rising from, you know, the tomb or tombs here. I feel like there is a call. There is a calling here. There's a calling here. For some of you, it is to practice. For some of you, you know, you do manifestation work, things like this, you know. Maybe you're moving into a different way of doing this, a different way of, you know, of being a practitioner in that sense. Okay, that's for some of you. It's very interesting. I don't pick up on these energies a lot on my channel, so that might be someone new. Welcome. So, you know, again, we do what we want to do. We are all sovereign beings. Remember that, right? So here there are certain red flags that Maa Kali is saying we have been ignoring. We have been repainting them in a different color. And she's wanting you to be clear about something, or to become clear about something. This is not a light message here, because it's giving a sense of accountability, of taking accountability. For some of you, you are meant to be maybe, you know, a practitioner in the sense of like you remove things, you remove harmful energy, you remove curses, you remove black magic, you know, or you do sigils that protect you, or you do candles that bring in protection. And maybe for some of you, that is something here in your voice, the way, you know, your voice carries weight. I don't know if you have noticed that in your family, because she's showing me a family. And remember how I said with the judgment, there's something about family here. Either you know that your family, when they say something, something happens. Like when they, you know, it's like they have the ability to, when they speak, it manifests. And I feel like you carry the same gift here. But I feel for some of you, maybe you have family members that do practice the darker side of magic. I don't even know why I feel hesitant in saying that. So for some of you, maybe you are not afraid, but you're hesitant of that energy, of that shadow side. I don't know. This is interesting. But I feel that for many of you, if you are practitioners, you have Empress energy. So it's like you're bringing the light to it, you know? That's for some of you. But there's a lot of fear here. Someone might be communicating or... There's a big awakening here with the Judgment. Like a big awakening. For some of you, you are expecting communication and you will get a call or a text or something like this. There's something here about your calling that is shifting, that is changing here. I want to pull astrology. Give me 1 second. Just clarifying, I'm not saying anything. If you practice whichever side of magic you practice, okay, you're all welcome here. No judgment towards none. I'm just reading a message. I'm just channeling. I'm just a messenger. I feel like the solar eclipse that's coming up is going to bring in more clarification in regards to this. For some of you, this will turn into like your practice, or you're shifting your practice. Something like this. What's going on? Let's see. Yeah, you're analyzing something. For some of you, if you have been burning candles, sages, things like this for cleansing and for, you know, protection, that is working. It's working, okay? That's another message that's coming through from Maa Kali. We have fortune. Okay, so your fortune is increasing. Your abundance is increasing here. For some of you, this will be a service you will provide, actually. We have Virgo. This will be a service you will be providing. That's for some of you. There's something about your voice. There's something about your voice, your mind here. With Thoth. I believe this is Thoth. No me linchen si estoy equivocada. If I'm wrong, I'm so sorry. 8th house. Yeah, there's a big, like I said, a big awakening, a big death and rebirth. There might be a lot going on in your 8th house. There's some type of information. There's some type of esoteric information that is being brought to you. From your guides, your ancestors, from the masculines in your ancestry line. It's like you're seeing the duality in something, but in this is bringing in blessings, okay? That is interesting. Very interesting. Maybe you're going to talk about this with Mercury energy. I know you can't see them, but because I'm not going to keep them out for long, but there is something here about that. And like I said, for those who do resonate with the energy of, like, you know, some of you might believe that there is magic or workings being done, but Maa Kali is saying for most of you, it's just the fact that we don't feel enough. We don't feel secure enough. But those of you who know, you know what I mean? In regards to love, I do feel like someone has been very nostalgic about you, okay? Someone has been missing you. Someone has been kind of like trying to connect the pieces, connect the dots here. For some of you, this could have been just a sexual connection with intimacy here. I feel like this person may not feel good enough to approach you. That's for some of you. There's a lot of fear here in this connection. There's a lot of fear. Someone has a hard time connecting with their heart space. Because for some of you, they see you as this Empress energy. They see you as someone who's very abundant, someone who can give life, someone who is, again, very fortunate, someone who has a lot of courage, which may be something that they themselves lack. And so you mirror that. I'm also getting sacred and ancient texts here. Someone is, again, there's something very esoteric about pile number 2. Very esoteric. There's something here about mantras. There's something here about realities and realms. I don't know. And you know what is interesting? Both piles got Shakti energy. Some of you have joined the class that I'm teaching. That is going to help here. This is going to bring in some type of awakening for those who joined. For others of you, you will have an awakening regardless. You don't need, you don't need the class. You're going to have your awakening because it's time. It's time for this awakening to come in, to happen. I feel like for some of you, Maa Kali has been wanting to communicate, and something is very near. Very, very near. Yeah, there's something about esoteric. Either you're learning palmistry, you're using the Ouija board. Yeah, and that solar eclipse is going to push you there. Like, in a good way. It's going to like set the path for you. Let's see what this says. The red flags are trying to make you aware that something is wrong. Yeah, for some of you, it's just because you're going, like if certain doors have closed, if certain paths have been kind of like, you've been in this energy of rerouting, it's because that was not the path for you. That's it. It was not going to be a nurturing path. It was not the path that you were meant to walk on. That's something that Maa Kali wants you to understand, okay? For some of you, your fortune or your in your natal chart is being activated. For some of you have this in your 8th house, like myself. I have that in my 8th house. So for some of you, there's something unexpected here. Let's see. Yeah, look, abundance. Okay, so Jupiter, there's a big blessing here. If you feel like someone has done something to you, Maa Kali is removing that. That's for some of you, okay? Again, I don't read this type of energy. If you're like a person that has been following me since the beginning, I don't read that type of energy. So for it to come out, I do have to honor it though. So for some of you, if you feel like something was done in terms of that, it's being removed. Again, judgment. It's like a rebirth. You're being liberated. You're being liberated from that. You're being liberated from all the wrong paths. You're being liberated from, it's kind of like Maa Kali and your spirit guides are like, no, this is your path, the one you're meant to go. That's why the other ones weren't available to you. And if you feel that something was done, it was removed. It's like you've gone through this rebirth. Significant Easter. It's giving me Easter vibes. There's something about your work, your routine, your habits that is changing. Yeah, something about your 9th house too. Okay, so this was an interesting pile. So I'm gonna pull some tea leaf. Hopefully it spreads. We'll see. Ah, it did. Okay, so let's see. We have Fox. Shredness and resourcefulness, especially in business. Okay, so for some of you, your business is going to go to the next level. We have a marriage will take place, either romantic or in business. And then we have table, hard work ahead. So again, make sure you're taking care of yourself. Make sure that you're nurturing. Last card here. We have apple, temptation will test you. Temptation will test you here. So just be mindful of that. I feel like it's because you're vibrating very high. I mean, in order for you to be in the element of Shakti or like to be in that Shakti energy, you have to be vibrating very high. Again, only take what resonates, you guys. Only take what resonates. This was an interesting pile. Take care, stay safe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.